Okay, now here is the question. Can I share my screen? I hope so. All right. I just found out something very, very cool about using Tabletop Simulator to make cards, except it doesn't actually use Tabletop Simulator. So it's really, really handy to just do what I do mostly, which is because I do a lot of playtesting around the table with myself. Um, it lets you print cards. And sometimes it's really hard for me. I can make a pretty nice card even in Canva, but I actually don't have the ability to load them up into a Word document and put them in a 3x3 grid so I can cut them. I just found out a way to do this. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen. Here we go. All right. So, okay, we'll do entire screen. Is that working? Here we go. Why isn't that working? Okay, right. So let's do this. So, Tabletop Simulator. It costs about $20. It's a life changer. Obviously, there are much better ones. Tabletopia is okay. Screenscot.ttg is coming online, and I hear it's good. I'm going to learn ScreenTop, but right now, this is helping me do what I can do. So, you're here on Tabletop Simulator. You right-click here in the list in your library. Okay, and when you write, it comes up with these options: play, add to favorites, add to, and manage. You highlight manage, and then you say browse local files. Now I'm just going to go and shut something down so it opens up again. Just one sec. I'm going to close that down. No, don't save. No, don't save. Okay, so right click on Tabletop Simulator in the library, not in this bit. Go to manage. Go to browse local files. Now, what that's going to do is open up a directory called Tabletop Simulator. And inside that directory, there will be a file called modding. A directory called modding. Okay, so it opens up a directory and you click on modding. Now, inside that are some templates. If you want to load up cards and if you want to load up dice, that's what you want. If you want to do some graphic stuff, I'm terrified of clicking on those because I'm like, oh, I can't use those things. There's some links in there, but you're going to click on Deck Builder. All right, so this is how you turn cards into a deck. Here is a thing called the TTS Deck Editor. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to load up basically something that turns cards into decks. So it's really common. You go to your artist, you go, I need these cards. They're going to make nice chunky files, and those files are probably going to look something like this. They're going to be they'll send you an image for each card because they're good artists and they want you to have all these cards. So this is for a card game I'm working on where there's 52 cards. It actually just works like a real card game. So I'm like, okay, but I want to print them out. I don't want to print out one per page. What I want to do is put them in a 3x3 grid so that I can print it out at A4. So I go back to the TTS deck editor. I say new deck, and it wants to know how many cards across and how many cards down. So we set it to 3 by 3. Whoops. And we say okay. Now we're just going to, now you can't see anything at the moment, but there's basically an imaginary grid here. So if I take any of these cards from over here and drag them in, whoop, no, hang on. Okay, it's asking me again. I don't know why, but I'm dragging one in again. What the? Okay, all right. So look, this is what we're learning. I don't know why it keeps making a new deck. All right, so everything was selected there. That was the problem. Don't know what happened there. Let's try again. I'm going to close that tab and see if we can do this again. Oh, no, I didn't want to save that. I've obviously selected too many. Somehow I had everything selected. Right, so don't save it. Don't save it. Let's try that again. So I'm going to say File, New Deck. I want it to be 3 by 3. Okay. Then I'm going to come back over here. Oh, yeah, see, I had lots of things selected. That's what happened. So I was trying to put everything. So I'm just going to move one card over with a drag and drop and let go. And you can see here is the diagram of what the cards are going to look like. So I can go like that, and I can just put the cards in one by one. Drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. Now I've got, now if I wanted to do it for Tabletop Simulator, what I would actually do then is I would have a new deck. I would say, make it that big, make it 70, or however many cards I have in. That's fine. It's smart enough to know to leave that blanks don't matter at the end. So if I wanted to just put a deck into Tabletop Simulator, I'll just do this real quickly. I would then select every image they gave me. Nice big grid. I think 70 is the biggest they allow. Drag the whole thing over there. And it should, and hang on, that did not work. Select all. And then I'm going to click and drag all those images. And if I'm right, yep, there you go. So there's all the cards in there. And then I can maybe rename this. I can say, but I can also just export it. If I go File, Export, just say that, and it's going to export it into something that you can then load into Tabletop Simulator later. So you put it on your desktop, maybe. You say, so this is my new game deck or something, and you hit save, and I'll come back and look at how they can load that up later. But going back to this, we do something else. We go File. Now I'm going to have to plug in my printer now, and if I'm right, it should come up as, there we go, printing out those cards ready to be cut. And you just go with print, and it's thinking about it. But honestly, that's something that really slows me down. Making a decent card is getting easier, but figuring out how to put things into a 3x3 grid, absolutely annoying me. Hopefully the printer's going to work, and I'll see that. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to come back, and we'll see what happens. Come on, Mr. Printer. Do what you're told. Printer's over here being a dick. So I will now go and check the printer queue to make sure there is a printer queue thing. Mimel Mamel May. Oh, that noise you can hear, that's the printer. So yeah, remember, right-click, browse local files, choose modding, choose deck builder, open the TTS deck editor, set up a 3x3, and now that may be slightly too big to fit in a card sleeve, in which case you can reduce it a little bit when you hit your printing thing. But I'll try that and I'll report back. And you'll notice it's also clipped off a little bit of the edge. So it's not perfect, but that is a simple way to get these. Put them in a guillotine, cut, and then put them in sleeves. Put some playing cards for backs. Bob's your Auntie's live-in lover. You've got a playable prototype. So that's excellent. Thanks for watching. That's a really useful hack. Next video, we'll try to load those things up into TTS. Actually, we'll do that now. Why not? So we outputted that thing using the export button. Plugging my mouse back in. So now I'm going to go to Steam, and I'm going to go over to Workshop, maybe. No, that's not right. I think you actually do this in Tabletop Simulator. So what you're going to do is you're going to load Tabletop Simulator. Oh, hang on, I haven't hit share screen. I will once it's loaded. Hang on a sec. So I'm loading up Tabletop Simulator, and as soon as it loads, I will switch to that, and you'll be able to see what I'm doing on Tabletop Simulator. So thinking. Here it comes. So Tabletop Simulator, as I said, not the best. Sucks up a ton of memory. Where the hell did that screen go? Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, it takes up a lot of RAM, so it just puts this huge weight on your computer. I know some people who just cannot run the damn thing. And see if there's a thing that says saved objects or something. Let's have a look. We've got Tabletop Simulator data. Yeah, somehow basically you load in those and then you save it, but I will probably have to remind myself how to do that. Yeah, so I will end this stream now, and I will find that out, and I will report back later.